Waking up early in the morning, giving feed to your chicken, giving water to your chicken, collecting eggs, removing chicken dropping, working out throughout the month, but what you get at the end of the month when you go to your bank account is only crickets. What you only hear is crickets. So today I'm going to tell you 7 ways of how you can make money on a small poultry farm, up to $1,000 per month. The first way that you can make money on a small farm is that by raising chicken for eggs. The first thing you can do is you raise chicken for the table eggs, and also you can raise chicken for the fertilized eggs. But let's start with raising chicken for table eggs. Raising chicken for table eggs, we have those ones are the exotic layers. These ones are only made and bred for the egg production on your farm. We have an example is like the Isa Brown. We have the Lohman Brown, whereby you can buy them from big hatcheries and you can be able to produce your own eggs. And how is this achieved? The cost of producing 1 tray of egg, that is 30 eggs, is $3. That is 300 Kenyan shillings. That is the cost of producing 1 crate of egg. And the selling price according to the market per now is $4.50. That is 450 Kenyan shillings. So the profit of that is $1.50. That is equivalent to 150 Kenyan shillings. That is for the raising of chicken for table eggs. Table eggs are the eggs that we usually eat. And the second part is raising chicken for fertilized eggs. The fertilized eggs are the eggs that we usually sell to hatcheries so that they can be able to produce the chicks. The first thing you need to know, for fertilized eggs to be produced, you need a rooster and a hen. But for the table egg to be produced, you only need a hen. It doesn't need a rooster to be produced for the table eggs. So for the fertilized eggs, the cost of producing a crate of egg, that is a tray of egg, that is 30 eggs, is $4. That is 400 Kenyan shillings. And the selling price of that 1 crate of egg is 900 Kenyan shillings, which is $9. So the profit will be $5. That is 500 Kenyan shillings. I've made the price to be $4 for a crate of eggs, since we have the roosters that are eating and yet they are not laying. So between the two options of raising chicken for table eggs and raising chicken for fertilized eggs, is that the fertilized egg is more profitable, because for the fertilized eggs you can raise as low as 100 chicken and still make a good profit at the end of the month. But if you are raising the layers, you need a whole lot of chicken. That means you'll need up to over 500 chicken on your farm so that you can be able to make a steady, stable income on your farm. So for me, I will go with the hybrid chicken that produce the fertilized eggs that I can sell to the hatcheries for incubation. So the second way that you can make money on your farm is by raising chicken for meat. This raising chicken for meat, we also have 2 breeds. We have the broilers and we have the hybrid chicken. So the first thing, we will go to the raising of the broilers. The raising of the broilers, you can raise broilers which usually mature in 6 weeks time. That is 42 days. They will be ready for slaughter. Within just 42 days, they will be ready for slaughter and you'll be selling off. These are the chicken that we usually eat at in KFCs, Chicken Inns, those fast food joints. They usually mature at a very faster age. They are bred in a way that they can mature in that faster age. Some people have heard, they usually claim that they are GMO'd. No, what they do is that they have gone through something known as genetic selection, whereby they usually select the chicken with the best characteristics for providing the meat. So that is how the broilers came about. It started like in early 1930s up to now. So they have advanced in stage for a very long time. And I've heard even now they have a chicken that can grow in 35 days, they will be ready for market. That will be around 1.5 to 1.8 kgs. So we have the broilers, which usually grow at a very faster rate. That is the 42 days I have said. And we have the hybrid chicken, which are ready for market for meat at 3 months. The good thing with the hybrid here in Africa is that they fetch a higher price in the market. So for the hybrid, you can sell that chicken that is 3 months old at 800 Kenyan shillings or $8 to 1,000 Kenyan shillings or $10. So that is the better part with the hybrid chicken. But for the broiler, you can only sell it at a maximum of 500 Kenyan shillings, which is $5. But the cost of producing a broiler in Kenya currently is $3.2. That is 320 Kenyan shillings for producing a broiler. And the cost of producing the hybrid chicken is, some people in other countries, they usually call them the road runners. The cost of producing 1 chicken is $4.5 or 450 Kenyan shillings. So the profit for that is around $5 for the hybrid, and the profit for the broiler is around $1 $1.80 or 180 Kenyan shillings. So the best way to go is going hybrid, because if you have the broiler and you don't have a ready market, when they reach the market age and you have not sold your broilers, they will give you a big loss because they usually eat more than the hybrid. So if the hybrid reach the market price, the best thing you can do is that we are done with all the vaccination. What you can do is you can take the chicken and they can free range outside. They can eat grass, they can eat melons, they can eat on chicken waste. But for the broilers, they have to stick on the food that is very clean and is from the feed mills that is well tested. So that is the only advantage and disadvantage of the two breeds. So for the broiler, you only make 180 Kenyan shillings, which is $1.80, and for the hybrid, you will make up to $5 for every chicken sold. But the benefit of a broiler, if you have a ready market, go for the broiler, because you will sell more and more and more at a faster rate than the hybrid chicken. So the third way that you can make money on your small farm is by brooding chicks for farmers. What is brooding? Brooding is the process of giving warmth to your small chicks so that they can be able to grow, to be feathered, because when they are grown, they have this small fur on their body, so that what you can do is you can raise them and take care of them until they are feathered, so that they can be able to sustain themselves without the heat, because after they have hatched, they don't have the mother to give them that warmth. So what you'll do, you have to raise them up to that age. And this helps because we have those small farmers in your neighborhood or far away in areas whereby they don't have electricity or don't have the grid power. The other thing is that some of those farmers don't have the expertise of raising those chicks up to that age. So what will you do? You will take that initiative and raise the chicks up to 1 month old or 3 weeks. It depends on how they are feeding. They will be ready and out of the brooder. This is a good strategy because you can only do that in a way whereby you only do that after you have gotten an order. You can only raise 1,000 chicks on your farm if you have an order for those 1,000-month-old brooded chicks. But also you can just raise them. But the best thing is if you have a direct order, is when you can raise them, because you'll be able to avert that bigger risk. The fourth way that you can make up to $1,000 of money on your small farm is by selling of organic fertilizer. How is this achieved? Do you know that a chicken can excrete up to 100 grams of chicken dropping per day per chicken? So if you have a larger number of chicken on your farm, this will enable you to have more organic fertilizer on your farm. So how is this fertilizer stored? The first thing that you have to take into consideration, after you have collected your chicken dropping from the chicken coop, don't expose your chicken dropping to the rain. You can expose it to the sun, but don't expose it to the rain, because when it rains, it leaches. That nutrients from that fertilizer gets out through the water. So what you usually do, you have to take that chicken dropping and store it in a well ventilated top enclosed house. That is when you can make good organic fertilizer. The better part of this is that I usually sell my fertilizer 1 kg or 2.2 pounds. I usually sell it at $0.1 or 10 Kenyan shillings. That is per kg. So another way that you can make up to $1,000 of money per month on your small farm is by offering consultancy or educational services. Like for example, on my farm, what I usually do is that I usually charge $5 for a group session. That is $5 per person. And I usually charge $20 or 2,000 Kenyan shillings if it is one-on-one for any consultancy or education that I'm offering. You guys are lucky that I'm offering to you these services for free on this YouTube channel. So the only thing that you can do and help me is liking the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys. I usually charge that $5 per person for the group session. What I usually do on my farm is that I usually organize the group session training once every 3 months on my demo farm, whereby I usually invite farmers and they pay and they come and they enjoy the training on my farm. I usually take them through everything that is poultry farming for beginners. So the sixth way that you can make money on your farm up to $1,000 is by selling of poultry equipment. So what I usually do is I sell poultry equipment. And how do I get poultry equipment? I think now the world has been made into a small global village. What I usually do is I order stuff through Alibaba. So I can order very many equipments from China and they will be brought with those good logistic companies up to Kenya, whereby I will add my small profit, then I will sell off the products to farmers. Because what I realize is that when most farmers usually come and buy chicks from me, what they usually ask me is, where can I get drinkers? Where can I get feeders? Where can I get a small incubator? So I was able to get into that niche and be able to provide the poultry equipment for those farmers. If you have a small farm and you have some big fish in the country who usually imports the equipment into the country, what you can do, you can have a deal with him whereby you will be able to generate a small commission. Like for example, like for the Amazon guys usually get an affiliate link and they can get money, a small percentage of the money from the affiliate links, like a commission. So what you can do, you can also do that to that person that is in your country and you can be able to gain a commission. It is a win-win. The seventh way that you can make money on your small farm up to $1,000 per month is by offering the hatching services. This is whereby you can have an incubator like this, whereby you can put these fertilized eggs in the incubator and you'll be able to produce the chicks. And these fertilized eggs, as I have explained, the fertilized eggs, they must have a rooster for the hen to produce these fertilized egg. If I have many customers on my farm who usually want to do the hatching on my farm, I usually get the eggs, then I hatch for them. So the cost of producing one egg on my farm is $0.1 or 10 Kenyan shillings. But what I usually offer for them is that I usually charge them 30 Kenyan shillings or $0.3 for every egg that is set in the machine. Not for every chick that is produced. For every egg that is set in the machine, I usually charge $0.3. So that is a profit of 20 Kenyan shillings or $0.2. Like for example, as you can see, this machine over here, if I try to set it up, it is 1,000. This one is 1,056 eggs, and if I set it up, it can be able to produce up to 950 chicks if you have good eggs that you have sourced from a reliable source. So if you want to have a good hatch rate on your farm, make sure that you check your eggs. You have to have an egg that looks like this. It is like almost oval at the it is an oval shaped, whereby it is a bit pointed at the bottom, but it has a good space at the top, and it can be able to produce good chicks on your farm. So if you have your chicken that are up to 50, between 19 weeks up to 50 weeks old, make sure that your eggs do not stay more than 7 days. That is for a chicken that is between 19 weeks to 50 weeks. But if you have chicken that are above 50 weeks old, make sure that those fertilized eggs that you need to incubate, they must be between 3 to 5 days maximum. Guys, that is the only way you will be able to make money on your small poultry farm or your small farm up to $1,000. And the trick here is the higher number of chicken that you have on your farm. Yes, you are a small farm, but the higher number, anything up below 1,000 chicken is a small farm. So if you have, the bigger the number, the better the results. So you'll be able to make over that $1,000 that I've stated on your farm. And guys, make sure you maintain the highest level of biosecurity on your farm, because when a disease attacks your farm, I don't want to say it. Guys, be open-minded.